Hello everyone and welcome to Sharp Dress Gaming, and today we are back with the No Name League. This is week 5. Yes, because this is the last of the first round of battles. But we are in week 5. We are battling against the Boston Brelooms, coached by Chaosinthesky13. Link will be in the description of his channel below, and this is the big one, guys. These are the two teams that haven't lost a game yet, going head-to-head in the final week for the first round of battles, because everybody battles twice. So this is that one. So on our team, I decided to bring Latios carrying safety goggles because I wanted something for Breloom just in case he brought it. He obviously didn't, but Latios had safety goggles. We have a defensive Swamper with leftovers, especially attacking. We have Flame Orb Conkeldurr because, again, if he had brought Breloom, I wanted to burn my Conkeldurr before he could put it to sleep. We have a Lumberry Gyarados, again, Spore. Choice Scarf Manectric and Mega Metagross. Honestly, my team was mostly Pokemon that I'd already used. I didn't have much time to sit down and actually, like, oh, I better do this EV spread for this Pokemon. I honestly just didn't have time this past week. It's been a poop week. But anyway, guys, so this so actually Gyarados is from the match with Twannis. Manectric was from last week's match. Mega Metagross was also from last week's match. Conkeldurr is just the common Conkeldurr I always use. Swampert, I think, was last week as well. I'm not entirely sure on that, but Latios is the only new one we haven't even used yet. And then Chaos brought Azumarill, Darmanitan, Donphan, Empoleon, Latias, and Mega Gardevoir. Honestly, Mega Gardevoir kind of scared me, because I was like, oh, that's right, he has that. Because he rarely uses it. But he didn't bring the Breloom, which is nice, because then I don't have to deal with it. I can just go all out here. I didn't bring all my... I wanted to bring Heatran, but I figured let's not, because he'll assume that I'm bringing it. And then I wanted to bring Bisharp as well, but I ended up not doing that either. Instead, I just brought Manectric, because Manectric was my last add into this team. But with that, guys, we're going to get into this battle and see who's going to take the top spot in the league. And honestly, my differential is already better, so I just decided to go straight up. Who cares about differential in this one? Just win it. So I brought Latios. He goes into Gardevoir. I was scared, so I switched. I'm like, no, no, no. And I figured I have to sack somebody off. Nobody can take a Hyper Voice. So I'm like, okay, Swampert, you're doing the least in this. He's going to Mega Evolve, Hyper Voice, kill anything that comes in. Even Metagross would take a ton, and then I don't outspeed until I Mega Evolve. But he actually switches, so I was like, what? I was so happy with that. He brings out the Empoleon, so I'm like, alright, I'll just set up my rocks. Swampert was here to die anyway, might as well get those out here. And he sets up his own rocks as well. I was kind of wondering if he was going to switch or not, just because these two... I mean, Swampert has the advantage over Empoleon being ground type, with Empoleon being steel type. So he just goes for Scald. I go for Ice Beam, expecting to switch into maybe Latias, because it does have Levitate. Fortunately, he doesn't really do anything to the Empoleon. Now, I would have rather had my Expert Belt Swampert, because his Earth Power would be doing a lot more. I figured his Empoleon was going to be specially defensive. This typically are. And Swampert has more physical than special attack, but Earth Power is doing a nice amount. It'll be a nice 3-hit. He does get the burn. That's fine. That's why I use special attack in Swampert. Though it's going to be getting more damage off on me than it would be. So we're just going to sit here and start punching each other like... Okay. Our defensive water types, we're just going to fight it out here. So I get another one off, and a third Earth Power will kill. He actually goes for Ice Beam here. I think Scald would have been doing more just because it's Stab. But I'm not entirely sure on that. So I'm going to die to something, so I'm expecting to switch. I went for Ice Beam here, but he won the Speed type, because apparently we were Speed tying the whole time. Because I think I was sped last turn, I don't know. But he kills me with that Scald, so whatever. He didn't see me go for Ice Beam anyway. So here comes the Conkeldurr to try and scare out this Empoleon. And he just goes for Ice Beam, not wanting to get the Scald burn off on me. That's fine. I don't take as well as I would have with Assault Vest, but I went for Knockoff, expecting Gardevoir to come in, and it would have done the most because I didn't have Poison Jab. So I still kill, but... and through this battle, I was kind of like, maybe I want Poison Jab, maybe I don't. Because here he goes in the Gardevoir, I'm like, I can't switch. I need to just attack with his Conkeldurr and sack it off. So I just went for the Ice Punch because I didn't have Poison Jab. But he withdrew. Expecting me to draw. I'm like, oh my god, he did it again. So I go in, he goes in the Dawn Fan, and I went straight for the Ice Punch because it would have done the most damage to the Gardevoir. Sturdy does get broken, but even with the Guts boost, the Ice Punch isn't going to kill his Dawn Fan. We do get a nice freeze. But, so I didn't know if Mach Punch was going to kill from here, and honestly I thought another switch, but he thaws out, Rapid Spins, gets rid of the Stealth Rocks. That's fine. That's fine. He can do that. But I just went straight for Drain Punch. That's correct. I wanted to get some health back, and although it wasn't much, it was more than nothing. So we got another nice kill. Conkeldur's gotten 2 kills, so that's good. And he was supposed to have died already. So in comes the Latias now, and at this point, again, I was just like, whatever. I'm just gonna knock off. Conkeldur's dead, so he goes for the Psyshock, kills off Conkeldurr. So, poor Conky Donkey is going down now. So next I'm going to bring in my Metagross, because I'm like, I just can't touch Metagross, whatever. I'm just going to go for, I think I went for Iron Head, just to hit anything. So I'm going to Mega Evolve, and I was hoping I would have outsped, but I think Latias naturally outspeeds a normal Metagross, or Metagross, however you want to pronounce it. So he gets a Thunder Wave off, which is kind of sad, so I'm like, oh, now my fast Pokemon is slow. That's great. So I just went for the Iron Head. Again, I carry Iron Head because I don't want to miss Meteor Mash, because I'm a VGC player, and everybody in VGC that uses Mega Metagross now runs Iron Head. So that's what I do. So he's now going to switch, and I'm like, he's got to switch. Latias can't do anything to a Metagross, so I went for Earthquake here, and bop, 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 Darmanitan came out because it was just too juicy. A Thunder Waved Metagross going for Steel-type moves, got to bring that Fire-type. So I caught him on that and knocked out that little Darmanitan. He's going to bring in the Azumarill, which I could have stayed in an Iron Head, but I didn't really care to do that, so I went out into my Gyarados and get a nice Intimidate off. I know Chaos is more of the fan of the Assault Vest, but he actually goes for the Belly Drum. And you can tell he's a fan of the Assault Vest because the Citrus Berry doesn't pop, because it wasn't EV'd right in HP to be a odd amount of HP. So I've got to do enough damage here to knock out. I have Earthquake and Bounce. I think Earthquake does more, but I figured let's Bounce. Maybe he'll switch out, not wanting to take the Bounce, but he doesn't, and unfortunately we're just a sliver short of knocking out this Azumarill. So Azumarill will get the knockoff, and it does knock out Gyarados, so that's what Belly Drum does, unfortunately. So I'm going to bring in my Manectric. I don't know why I did that. Honestly, I wasn't paying attention. I was like, oh wait, Electric type doesn't resist water. So Manectric could have been useful for the rest of the game, but now we're playing risky here. So next I'm going to bring in the Latias because he'd have to Aqua Jet to get damage off, and I'm going to be able to live that. So I just go straight for the Thunderbolt, kill off this little Azumarill. And honestly, I don't know if his Azumarill had Aqua Jet. So down goes the Azumarill. Latios getting a kill in his first game here. And then Gardevoir comes out. So again, I'm down to Metagross and Latios. I can't switch here into Metagross because again, we're paralyzed, so we won't be able to outspeed. So I just gotta take this Hyper Voice and hope for no paralysis. So Gardevoir does Mega Evolve, and it does just go straight for the Hyper Voice, which is gonna kill Azul. Actually, I do outspeed, get Thunderbolt off, which is nice, but not needed, because Iron Head is gonna kill Gardevoir anyway. And down goes my poor Latios. Poor Azul. He did well. He did well. But now AI, the Metagross, has to take care of the rest of this team. And it's possible. We just got to do it. Gardevoir actually goes for the Focus Blast here, probably carrying it for Heatran. So it is neutral, so we should take it, which we do. And I don't get paralyzed, so Iron Head's going to bap through this Gardevoir, take it down. And now he's just down to his Latias, which we saw the Thunder Wave and nothing else yet. So I was thinking Hidden Power Fire, which is what happens here. And we live it. So we just got to not get paralyzed, and we don't. So Ice Punch right to your Latias face, and even though it's defensive, still takes out because Mega Metagross is too much of a boss. Mega Meta Boss is what they call him. But anyway, guys, that's going to give us the win for this. So my strategy of just going hard, not caring about differential, worked out in the end, and just bringing teammates that I knew did well in the past also worked out well. And Asul did what he needed to do. So thank you, Asul. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this battle. Again, if you want to keep up with everything, I almost said PBL, NNL, there's a link for the hub in the description. I'm not entirely sure who we battle next, to be honest with you. Yeah, I have no idea who we battle next week, because it changes. But again, thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you next time. Bye. Hello everyone, and thanks for checking out the video. If you want to see more videos like this one, click on the videos on the screen right now. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button to get notified when new videos go up. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. Bye.